Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we'll discuss about the topics related with the address types in TCP/IP, or else we can say in networking. So address types, there are some types of addresses are available in TCP/IP, like IP address, port address, MAC address, and application specific address. Now, go into the details. Let's see the slides. Here, there are four types of addresses are available in computer network. The physical address is also called as a MAC address. Logical address is also called as IP address. Port address for the applications, and the application specific address like a website or any hosting site. So if we go to the diagram shows that the layers, and on the basis of the layers, at which layer which addresses are going to be identified, it is showing. Let's say the data link layer, where we have physical address. In network layer, what we have the logical address, and transport layer we have a port address, and application layer we have application specific addresses. Let's take one by one in this today's lecture with the brief ideas. Let's go to the first address. This is the physical address. Let's see if we have in computer networking, the media access control address is as important as IP address. Like IP address to the desktop, in our computer system, the MAC address is also very important. Both work hand in hand for the delivery of information across the network elements. This MAC address also used to receive and send the information across the network. It also known as link address. It is the address of node as defined by the LAN or WAN. So whatever the local area network and wide area networks are available, to identify any computer among their local vicinity, what we required a physical address. It includes the frame used by the data link layer, and it is the lowest level address we can say. It's also a lowest level address, but it means what? Whenever the packet sent by sender, and if I'm the receiver, so at the receiver end for and our NIC card, it is going to be received, where the incoming packets are going to be received. Okay. The size and the format of these addresses may vary depending upon the networks. So in some time, as per the vendor specific and the network specific, the size of the physical address is going to be varied. For example, Ethernet uses the 6 byte, that is 48-bit physical address that is printed on the interface card, that is network interface card, called as NIC. Let's say we have in desktop, we have an NIC card where RJ45 is connected, and that is what the incoming and outgoing port for us. And that one, what we have the physical address. Like in a local talk Apple, however, it has 1 byte dynamic address that changes each time the station comes up. It is going to be a dynamic kind of things. So it depends upon what the network and it depends upon what the one vendors. The physical address can be either unicast. Unicast called as one to one, that is one sender and one receiver. Multicast, a group of recipient, one sender and a group of recipient, or else the broadcast to one to all. The broadcast is for one to all. So this is going to be support for a unicast, multicast, and broadcast too. Let's move to the next slide, where there is a format available of the MAC address. It's divided into two parts. Very first part is OUI. Generally, what happened before manufacturing the NICs, every manufacturer obtained a universal unique 3-byte code known as organizationally unique identifier, that is OUI, from the IEEE. And the IEEE is an international organization that regulates and maintains the namespace for the MAC address. If someone says who is going to regulate the MAC address series, but obvious the answer is what? The IEEE. And second portion, and that is the 3-byte portion, is the NIC specific identifier assigned by the manufacturer. So 3 bytes are in the hand of the manufacturer, and 3 byte is what globally. So this is what the two field of this MAC address, where if we have six byte, that is 6 octet. So first 3 octet for the NIC, and next 3 octet is what for organizational unique identifier, that is OUI. Let's take the another information, the commands. If you want to see the IP MAC address on our system, that is specifically Windows and the newer versions. So we have the command that is ipconfig/all that need to be typed in a, let's say, start command prompt, and we can have this MAC address in front of us. If we have a Linux operating system and other than that, we can have ifconfig-a. So these are the commands are going to be used to see the MAC addresses. And the example is showing most local area network uses 48-bit, that is 6-byte physical address, written as 12 hexadecimal digits. Every byte, that is 2 hexadecimal digit, is separated by the colon as shown below. The A6-byte hexadecimal digit physical address is 07010201 colon with 4B, like that. So this is what the best example. So this is all about the two slides are showing the physical addresses. More about the physical address we'll discuss in a separate lecture. Next, come to the next part, that is IP address. Here there are the main points of the IP addresses. An IP address is a numerical representation that uniquely identifies the specific interface on the network. It means what? If I'm saying, let's say, fast Ethernet 0/0 or serial Ethernet 0/1 or 0/0, on that every interface, we are going to give the IP address, irrespective of the switch, irrespective of the routers. Okay, so whatever the router we have, and then we have that ports. On that ports, we are going to give the IP address. Then IP version 4 addressing are unique. It means what? They are unique in the sense that each address defines one and only one connection to the internet. If our computer is going to be connected to the internet, that time the internet, or let's say ISP service provider, gives us one public IP address, and that IP address is what the uniquely globally unique. In that sense, every IP address is what unique. Two devices on the internet can never have the same address at the same time. It is not possible to have same address, IP address to the two different devices. In the IP version 4, addresses are universal in the sense that the addressing system must be accepted by any host that wants to connect it to the internet. Another purpose we can say, if both the computers want to communicate with others, so sending and receiving purpose, the IP addresses are required because they're supposed to be a source and they're supposed to be a destination. If I want to send the letter to the destination, then there's supposed to be address of the destination as well as the source. So that if the letter is not received, it is going to be reverted to me. So moreover, in order to understand, in order to recognize the desktop or any host across the globe, IP address is required worldwide. Then there are three notations are available about the IP addresses. Very first notation is the binary notation, which is of the base 2. Second would be dotted decimal notation, which is of the base of 256. And third one is hexadecimal notation, which is of the base of 16. Then if you look at the diagram, here there is one dotted decimal address is showing, that is 172.16.254.1. So here there are 4 bytes. 4 bytes are nothing but the 4 octets. Each dotted decimal having the limit. Let's say we have a constant in this octet. Never can be null. It's supposed to be varies from 1 digit to 3 digits. Okay, and never can be a mix-up. And the value can never be exceed to 255 or 256. So these are the three constants available. If I converting this dotted decimal into the binary, if I'm having 1, so it is going to be converted like this, because 1 byte is what the 8 bits. 8 bits are what? 0 weightage. Here the flag is on, rest of the things are off, so it is going to be 1. As like this one, 16, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So 16-bit weightage binary with the help of 8-digit binary number, it is going to be showing 1. The flag is on, or the rest of the things off, so it is going to be 16. And this is going to be a 32-bit and is 4 byte. This is what the one example. Then there are two versions of the IP addresses. IP version 4, which is of 32-bit, IP version 6, which is of 128-bit. If I go with the address space of these versions, 2 to the power 32, that is what the more than 4 billions value. And if I go with the one IP version 6, it is going to be a trillions of addresses are there. Trillions of addresses. Okay, so these are the versions. If you go with the classes, there are A, B, C, D, E. These are the 5 classes are available, because the 2 to the power 32. I am telling about the IP version 4. if we are saying 2 to the power 34, 32, that means what, more than 4 billions value, they have again categorized into 5 classes, where class A to C, that is A, B, C, are used for the unicast purpose, class D is used for the multicast purpose, and class E is used for the research purpose. So these are the categories. We'll have a separate lecture on these classes. Please look at that. Please look that also. Then there are the types of the IP addresses. The very first type is what the private IP addresses. These are used inside the network. The private addresses are used inside the network. For example, at a home network that are used by Wi-Fi cameras, tablets, wireless printers, desktop, etc. Second category, and this private address never can be assigned by the ISP. But in a second category, public IP addresses, these are used outside the internet or outside the network, I can say, and that assigned by ISP, that is Internet Service Provider. It provides a way for allowing the devices to access websites and communicate directly with other computers and servers around the world. So with the help of these public IP addresses, we are connected worldwide. We are connected worldwide. And these public addresses also divided into two types. The very first is the dynamic address, and second is what? The static IP addresses. It is public dynamic addresses and public static addresses. In dynamic IP addresses, the addresses automatically changes frequently. For the security reason and more reasons, that IP address must be changed frequently. And most internet users will be provided with the dynamic IP addresses for their respective ISPs. So it is going to be provided by the ISPs again. And the static IP addresses, see, one organization want to take some static IP addresses that in that organization, they want to remain unchanged. The static IP addresses are the consistent and unchanged. And how far it is going to be unchanged? Once the network assign the IP addresses, it will stay same for the month and years. So if, let's say if I have organization, I need to, if I have purchases the any IP address, static IP address from my ISP, that is, let's say, Reliance, I will pursue that IP addresses for the month and years as per the what we have charges paid so far. Okay, so these are the few glances about the IP addresses. Now, and we have a separate lecture on the IP addresses again. That you are requested to visit that lecture also. And then there is a third category, that is a port address. There are a few main points about the port address. The IP address and the physical addresses are necessary for quantity of data to travel from source to destination host. However, arrival at the destination host is not the final objective of the data communication on the internet. It means whenever if the sender has sent, let's say my friend is at US and I am in India. So my friend has sent the message to me that on the basis of IP address, but if I am in my local network where my IP address never can be worked out in my vicinity on my LAN, it is going to be let's say a switch is connected, and switch what we have the MAC address. Switch is what the MAC address. On that MAC address, what we have on MAC address and the IP address, what we have different kind of applications are running. Let's say I have a Facebook, I have a Gmail application. In that Gmail and Facebook applications, we require to identify worldwide again. So as a suffix to that IP address, we are going to assign one port address to identify process to process communication. To happen the process to process communication, if the host A and host B, host A having the 5 processes, host B having the 5 processes, to identify and to communicate these host processes equally and identifiedly, we require a port address. Then on every computers, multiple processes will running, as I told you that. So we have process to process communication port addresses are required. Now, what do you mean by port? So port is a communication endpoint. Let's say if in our home, what we have a one switchboard where we have a sockets, like that, there is an endpoint where we plugged our what we can say the button or any equipment on that socket and we'll get the service. At the software level, within operating system, the port is a logical construct that identifies the specific process or a type of network service. A port is identified for each transport protocol and address combination by 16 unsigned number known as the port number. So the address space of the port number will be 2 to the power 16, that is 65,536. This is what the address space. So if someone says what is the address, what is the size of the port number, 2 to the power 16, what is the size of MAC address, 2 to the power 48, and what is the size of IP address 4, it is 2 to the power 32. These are the address spaces or sizes. Then these port numbers also divided into or classified into three categories. Very first is the well-known port numbers. The port number from ranging from the 0 to 1023 are well-known port numbers, are used for the OS or the administrative purpose, and it controlled by ICANN. Second would be the registered port numbers. The port ranging from the 1024 to the 49151 are not assigned or controlled by ICANN, and they can only be registered with the ICANN to prevent the duplications. And there is a third category of the port numbers, port addresses, that is dynamic. The port address ranging from 49152 to 65,535 are neither controlled or nor registered by ICANN. They can be used as a temporary or private port numbers. Okay, so these are the three classifications are available. That is what the division available. We have a separate lecture on the port numbers. Please do watch that video. And there are examples like, let's say, FTP, file transfer protocol, having 20 and 21 data and control. Telnet protocol having the 23 as a port number, DNS having the 53 port number, like that. HTTP also having the 80 as a number. So every protocol have their own protocol port numbers. Then the last category of the addresses are available. That is, in networking, there are few of the applications generally have a simple addresses. It is easy to use addresses. Some applications have user-friendly addresses that are designed for that specific applications. For example, like let's say email address. The example, let's say rgcr.edu.in, and the universal resource locator, that is URL. For example, let's say abc.com, www.abc.com. Here, the first define the recipient, where the, let's say, this ID is what the recipient of an email, and the second is used for the finding a document. This is what the abc.com, finding a document. So this is going to be used for the container, a kind of to search the documents, and this is going to be what the destination. These two parts address allow a sender to specify the network as well as the specific host on the network. The unique official network address is assigned to each network when it connects to other internet networks, and this kind of addresses are designed for the specific addresses. However, this address gets changed according to the required logical and port addresses sent from the sender computers. So moreover, in application specific addresses, we can have like a websites, we can have the search engine. For that, they have assigned the addresses to identify globally, because one website can, two websites can never have the same kind of notations. So here I have given the one one destination, and there is one document container, I can say. So this is what the overall theory about all the addresses. Actually, I'm summing this all this addresses. So we first look at the, we seen that the physical address, which is of 2 to the power 48 bit in size. Second was the IP address. We have focused on the main points. And thirdly, we have discussed about the port address, and lastly, we have discussed about the application specific address. Every 4 types of addresses, out of these 4, MAC address, port address, and IP address, what we have a separate lectures. Please do watch. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.